Hello my beautifuls, welcome to Tarot by the Moon. This is the third edition. I'm literally so excited. I've had a couple of stops and starts to get in this one done. I tried to do it on my phone as one of my friends suggested, and it was going ever so well, and I was ever so excited because the angle was much better and what have you, but it would only allow me to do short ones. So this is actually the first time I've had to do like a second or third take. I tried also to go live, but there's a whole load of stuff there that I need time to sort out that I wasn't expecting. So I was like, oh, I'll just do it the way we've been doing it so far, and I'll look into all of those options maybe on another week. I'm so thrilled to be here again. I'm so delighted, and I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's got in touch with me. I've had so much love from people, so much support, and good energy, positive energy and enthusiasm coming from so many of you. It's been very humbling, and I'm grateful for every single one of you. Please continue to like, please continue to share with your friends, please continue to leave comments, get in touch with me. You know I love it. I love to hear from you all. So it's been an interesting week again. We're on a run up to the full moon in Aquarius in a couple of days' time, and yeah, it's a very intense energy. Also, it's a blue moon. It's the second full moon within the month. Very rare thing, which actually is what they call a blue moon. So I don't know. There's something extra. There's something a bit extra about it. Let's put it like that. During my meditations this week, a lot of energy's been coming up for work to be done in the throat chakra and the heart chakra. And as many of you watched this from the first one, I mentioned we were in the new moon in Leo then, I believe, and I mentioned that it was very strongly about putting the heart and the mind together to work as one. This time round, I feel it's more about the throat and the heart, because the throat is how we speak, is how we express ourselves. Aquarius, it's very expressive, individual, independent, free, all of those sorts of qualities. And there's so many things we might want to say. I mean, out there on the world stage right now, we know, I'm going to come to that in a minute, the whole situation there. I mean, there's a lot of strong opinions around, there's a lot of strong emotions around. It's important for us to express our independence, our liberty, our freedom. It's very important, but we need to be doing it coming from the heart. If we speak from the heart and we speak truth, never mind what opposition it comes up against, never mind what opposition it comes up against. And I mean that on a world stage. I mean that as in thinking about the women in particular of Afghanistan this week a lot, and the children there. No matter what, you're seemingly up against, you're up against all of this sort of very negative energy, very negative attitudes. When you speak from the heart and you speak with truth, which, I mean, there's been some wonderful things there. One of my friends shared a story with me about something to do with the roses in Afghanistan, and that there's different colours symbolise different things to what they do in our culture, but that a lot of the roses in Afghanistan couldn't grow, in this particular place couldn't grow. I should look these stories up and put the proper links on there for you, so please bear with me. I'm just learning all the time. But I just feel like I need to share that with you. It was very Aquarius, it was very full moon in Aquarius. It was very much people wanting to express through the simple symbol of a rose, peace, love and friendship. Like I say, especially the women there, but all the people there, all the people that are running for their lives. There's no way it could go. I really feel like strongly about that. One of my friends arranged a meditation around it, and it was very strong around the people there, and it was, there's no way we can go backwards as a culture. There's no way this is going to be allowed to happen in the big grand scheme of things, even though it's difficult, to process and to see how that is going to play out. But there's, in the big grand plan, there is no way There is no way that it's going to slip back in history. We are moving forward. The daughters of these women who are having to stand up for themselves, these children are running for their lives. All of the people, men, women and children that are finding themselves running for their lives, because they were when I'm talking about these roses that were being given, I'm sure it was men who were handing them out in the photo that I saw, which was very, divine masculine and everything. And I was like, it's just amazing. I'm going to move on because I'm finding that energy so intense, and I have been all week, to be honest with you. And I want you all to just, I know we're all feeling it, and I know lots of people have been talking about it and sending love and support and thinking how we can help and things like this. But I want us also to take care of ourselves, okay? So on a personal level, there might have been lots of things that you've sort of butted heads about this week. There might have been things that you want to get off the ground that are very important to you personally, that represent your independence or your freedom, okay? I mean this in smaller ways in our own personal lives, which is not, there's not really any size to any of these things, I don't think. It's all part of the whole. You may have come up against a few obstacles or a few oppositions where you're trying to get things done and you're trying to stand up for yourself in certain situations. And I'm pretty sure a few of you have. And it feels like you've really got to speak up for what you need right now. Even on a day-to-day life, we've really got to speak up for what we need, what our needs are. As I say, if we're coming from the heart and it's about our own personal liberty, independence and freedom, then it needs to be said, it needs to come out, it needs to come up. The reason why you're experiencing all those difficult emotions around that energy is because those emotions are there to tell you that stuff needs to shift and change to make room for the stuff that brings you independence and freedom and liberty. Okay, I hope that makes sense. There's loads of magnetic energy around on the run up to the moon, so that's part of what I want this channel to be about as well, is to bring that teaching into it. So on the new moon in Leo, on the first installment of this channel, it was very much setting our intentions, going forward with a positive energy, and now we've overcome obstacles, and now we just before the full moon, just before all of those intentions are just about to blossom and peak, we're feeling even more obstacles maybe, or even more sorts of differences of energy coming up against us. And that's okay, that's all good, that's all there to teach us a lesson about what we need and what we don't need, and how to apply the energy of the heart to the energy of the throat chakra, and to link them as one, so as we're speaking our truth, speaking from our heart, speaking up for ourselves, choosing independence and liberty. So as we're approaching that, it always hits me, and I forget it myself all the time. It's like everything feels like extra. Yeah, just extra. There's been such a lot of energy around this week. A lot of it very positive, some of it very hectic. There's been a lot of different people, a lot of coming and going. And it's like, how are you going to stay in your frame and find your groove, and stay in your groove, or stay in your lane for the things that you need to get done, or the things that you need to express. And that's what it's about. It's a lesson in that very much, I feel. It's a lesson in honouring those emotions that come up around there, where you may feel frustrated. It's like a very frustrating sort of energy. Because what you want to do, it's only something that's like going to benefit everyone in the long run or wherever as well. And it's important to sort of honour those emotions, but not to stay in them. And that's what this full moon in Aquarius feels like. It feels like it's time to speak up for what we want, speak up for what we need, choose our independence, stay in that frame. We've been in it since the new moon in Leo, all right? We went in with such positive energy. We've overcome so many obstacles during the waxing moon, and now we're almost at the full moon. So those things are starting to reach their potential, however way we've played it. And it's important to sort of like not get carried away with the emotions now on the run up to the full moon. And it can be difficult because it's often a time when people sort of, we have our little tantrums and our kick-offs around the full moon. It's for a very good reason. It magnifies everything. So whether those are good, bad or ugly feelings, they're going to get magnified. So it's important for you to sort of on the run up now, as I say, just sort of pull back a little bit and have a look at what is winding you up, what is irritating you, and then learn from there what needs to change in life, okay, or what you need to speak up about, or what you need to take an independent stand on, okay. It's in Aquarius, as I say. Sign of Aquarius, all about independence, freedom and liberty. You know, it's one of the most important, those are the most important qualities to Aquarius energy. So it's important to remember to sort of soften those emotions, step back, realise they're being magnified, realise the moon is having a part to play in that, calm ourselves down, you know, because we're magnetising you. This is a highly magnetic phase. So do we want to magnetise more setbacks for ourselves, more stress to come up against, or do we actually want to magnetise a little bit of calm, a little bit of peace, independence, speaking from the heart? Let's cultivate that, okay? Without further ado, my darlings, I'm going to go ahead with the read. I have absolutely loved doing these readings, and I've been looking forward to them. I've done this one a little bit early. As I say, I'm really busy this week, and it's no wonder with the full moon in Aquarius. It comes naturally. And I wanted to make sure I got it all done in time for the full moon for you guys. So this is actually being done two days earlier. And I'm so excited for the energies around. Oh, what's this? There we go. Right, coming up in our area of air, we've got Queen of Cups, and this one flipped also. So this one's, so you cannot see my hands on you. You will have to trust me until you get better. And that one will sort it out. Okay. Four of Pentacles come up in the area of fire. Okay. Let's see what's coming up for the collective here. Oh my days, I didn't do my mission state. I didn't do my opening. See what I mean? I literally, there is so much energy around. Oh, do forgive me. Just being reminded. Actually calling in the highest vibration of love and only love. And I mean, I call that vibration in as I'm preparing the space, as you can imagine, and what have you. Like I say, it's been a day of stops and starts today, so I have come up against those setbacks. I have come up against those frustrations. It's quite comical. So bear with me. I'm just going to call in the highest vibration of love for ourselves, for the collective, for everyone on the planet, for all that we're a part of, for us as individuals, for anyone connected with these readings, for anyone connected with your lives. I'm just calling in love and only love. Okay, but I also feel like I want to add liberty to it this week, okay, and I don't usually add something to that, but this week I think it's important to add liberty, and I mean that on every level. Okay, my darlings, also, you know, my mission statement and what this is all about is to serve as a conduit for divine source messages that will aid to guide us both collectively and as conscious individuals. I'll repeat that because I'm fluffing up my words today. To serve as a conduit for divine source messages that will aid to guide us all, both collectively and as conscious individuals. Okay, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So much energy flying around this week. It's been incredible. Okay, I'm just going to move on with the shuffle. There's a couple of little things I wanted to mention as well, which is like I get like loads of random stuff coming through to my energy in the course of a week, and most of it I can pin to somebody or pin to my own collection of people who have passed into spirit there. So I'm going to start sharing that. I'm going to start sharing that with you guys. Two of Swords is coming up in the area of fire. Would you like me to? Yeah, I'm going to go again with these because they're all facing down. So I'm going to start sharing that with you guys because a lot of it I don't end up finding who it was for, but a high percentage of it I do pretty quickly. This week I've got, well, for a few weeks now, and I haven't been able to find out where it is. I've had somebody in my aura that's very fond of a cup of coffee with 2 sugars. I've gone cold, as I've said there now. There's somebody trying to bring my attention to they want a cup of coffee with 2 sugars. So I don't know if it's something to do with any of you guys. Please get back to me if it makes any sense to you. Also the song Stand By Me by Benny King. It's a beautiful song. It's a much loved song. Something, probably one that we all know. I've gone cold as I've said that as well. Stand By Me. There you go. I mean, the thing with these energies is I know for sure that they're not for me. Yeah. That's probably a whole show in itself, but I know for sure that they're not for me. So that's why I've decided to share them with you. Obviously, that's a very powerful, emotional song, Stand By Me, Benny King, beautiful song. But if that meant something special to somebody, then there's a message there for you, okay, my loves? Okay, let's have a look at this reading then. What's coming up for us on the run up to the full moon in Aquarius? I can't wait to dive in here. I'm so happy to see the Queen of Cups, okay? It's been such a tumultuous week in the news. This has come up in our area of air and mental processes, and I cannot be happier to see her because, I mean, there's been a lot of stress out there, a lot of drama, a lot of conflict, a lot of, yeah, what, you know, oh, what now for people, you know, out there in the world, as I say, in particular, the divine feminine energy has been coming through really strongly for me, for the women and children of Afghanistan, as I say. The Queen of Cups coming up in the area of mental processes is very, very reassuring. This queen is the most nurturing queen of all the queens in the tarot. She's often represented by a water sign, Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. She's full of love. She trusts her own intuition. Her intuition is so strong. Pretty much, on a good day, you know, she's just as powerful as the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups. It's that spiritual, mothering, caring, nurturing, intuitive feminine energy, which, you know, it comes up in you guys as well. I say this every week to reinforce it, in case anyone new is watching, but I think most of the people who watch me understand this. So you guys will get also get an upsurge of that sort of divine feminine kind of energy and intuition and spiritual knowing coming up in your own energies as well. And it's a good time to welcome it and embrace it. It feels like a salve or a balm, actually, seeing this card and feeling this energy right now. It feels so loving, gentle and supportive, especially after where we've been and what we're still up against. And it feels like, especially in these readings in particular, it's been a lot of drama cards in this area. I can't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure we've had like 3 of Swords and all sorts of those sorts of energies to be dealing with in our mental processes in the last few weeks on the run up to this moon. But now we're approaching Aquarius. This shows how far we've come. So if we had the 3 of Swords a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, and now we've got the Queen of Cups, this is showing us how far we've actually come in soothing those anxieties and hurts and healing, and actually allowing that feminine nurturing energy to come up within ourselves and maybe take care of ourselves, take care of those things that were causing us the mental anguish, taking positive steps, speaking up for ourselves, speaking up for our needs, connecting the heart, head and throat chakra there, you know. It's so wonderful to see her in the area of our mental processes after the last few readings, with the moon coming up to Aquarius as well. It's like, everything's okay. The beautiful Queen of Cups. It's about us following our intuition and trusting in our intuition very much as well, which is very mind and heart as one, because I don't think you can really pin intuition as a thing on the mind or the heart. It is very much just about that inner knowing, about a combination of those energies. So this shows how far we've come and how hard we've worked in the last 3 weeks, months since we've been doing this collective moon reading, okay? And I'm really feeling that myself. I'm feeling really reassured, and I'm feeling really, really, really proud of you all out there as well. And I know some of you in particular, you know, you may have felt like you were never going to move past that very difficult energy, and maybe it's still going to come back a little bit, you know, in waves and little ups and downs. But overall, so much better, soothed, I want to say. There's a healing here, okay? I'm going to move on to the next area. This is the area of fire, sorry, I've this is what's going on with me. There's so much energy flying around, finding it difficult to concentrate here. Now, this has come up in our area of water. It's an earth card. The area of water is representing our emotions and our heart, of course. The Eight of Pentacles. It's a pretty good energy to have. It's about being very stable. It's about I feel like it's a very independent card as well. It's sort of choosing to apply yourself to something on a practical level. It's very practical. It's Eight of Swords. Eight's a very abundant number. It's choosing to apply yourself, I feel. It's choosing to sort of go, I don't just apply, well, the word here is dedicate. There we go. The mantra there is I dedicate myself to what I believe in. Independence, again, coming up as a theme, to what I believe in. Other people don't have to understand it, believe it or anything, but you're being true to yourself. That's the perfect place to start. That's all any of us should be and can be truly do. Keep an open mind, but apply yourself, dedicate yourself, in fact, to what you believe in. Speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, stand up for what you believe to be right or wrong in the world, The world needs that now more than ever, and we need to express it in our individual lives more than ever, because the revolution is both external and internal. It's all of it. It's multidimensional. It's what we're choosing for ourselves. It's what we're choosing out there in the world. It's all of it. And I think that's an excellent card for us to come up in our area of emotions. And again, when I'm thinking back to the last couple of readings from the new moon to this full moon, it does feel like we've come a long way. We've grounded so much. There was so much emotional stress around when I first started these readings on the new moon in Leo. There was so much hyper sort of energy around the emotions, and now we're all this grounded energy. Now we're all this grounded, sure of ourselves, confident, dedicated to what you actually believe in. We believe in equality. We believe in freedom, we believe in liberty, we believe in love. Let's dedicate ourselves to that. Let's truly feel that in our hearts. And then when we open up our throats to speak, nothing but purity and truth is going to come out. And never mind what attitudes, oppressions, and all of those still, systems that have to collapse at some point. Never mind what you come up against, it sticks. Some of it at least sticks, even if you're not shown that, even if you're not given physical evidence of that, it sticks. Because it's energy, and it's energy that's true. You're speaking from your heart, you're speaking for liberty, you're speaking for freedom, you're speaking for your own boundaries to be respected. You're speaking up for others who can't speak up for themselves. You're calling out all of those things that need to change in the world and within ourselves and within each other, because part of the human experience, I believe, is we should be keeping each other in check. So we do need to call each other out. We don't have, this is what I mean about coming from the heart. You don't have to make it an ego thing. You don't have to make it a battle. You don't have to make it so that somebody feels we feel like we're punishing each other or whatever. Because when it comes from the heart, sometimes those things you might have to say. So say, for instance, on a personal level, you might have to say something to somebody that that's going to hurt them a bit, or not sit with them very well, or they're going to find it a bit of pill to swallow. Doesn't mean hold back from telling them it. It doesn't mean hold back from, it means actually more of a reason to say it to them, because they need to get on with that. They need to swallow that pill down, digest it, and come back out an elevated person after the medicine you've given them, frankly. I feel that's for somebody in particular there. Don't hold back. Speak your truth, okay? Stay grounded in this beautiful energy, because you are dedicated to what you believe in. And what you believe in is creating a better world for ourselves. And what you see is that we are actually the co-creators of this world that we live in. So you can co-create by keeping quiet, you know, that's not going to help anything. Or you can co-create by speaking up, and being dedicating yourself to more of that energy. It's a very strong energy. It's very stable, gentle, supportive energy coming up here this week, and I'm so glad, because it has been, I can see how this has sort of unwound as well, week after week, as we're coming closer to the moon, and I feel really proud of everybody here. I feel really proud of us as a collective. I feel proud of us as a species, even though there's been many times in my life where I haven't, because I'm starting to see, there's been times in my life where I've been angry with so much in the world, and rightly so, but it's all about focusing on the positives. It's magnetic, as I explained at the beginning. Energy is magnetic, so we're not solving anything by staying in that negative, focusing on the negatives. We're only going to improve and move things along if we actually focus on the positives, and magnetise some more of that lovely stuff. Yeah, not just for ourselves. My belly's rumbling again. I don't know what it is. Every time I do one of these, my belly starts rumbling. It's I didn't have my second breakfast. That's what it is. Right. Okay, moving along, my darlings. We've got Three of Cups. It's another very light-hearted, joyful card. I love the Three of Cups. Love it. It's literally the card that's about having a drink, having a laugh, kicking back. Oh, sorry, I've done the wrong one. Bear with me. I'm so sorry. Right, it's this one. I've just been shown it's Tash. Okay, it's this one, my darlings. This is the Two of Swords. This has come up in our area of fire, creativity, passion, willpower, our drive and initiative, and the energy where we get things done from, and it's the Two of Swords, okay? It's very much about indecision. Somebody here is stuck in a bit of an indecision, okay? It is about indecision. I think this came up last week, because I seem to remember, now I'm saying it's also about, because I gave the analogy of two shaped turtle. I don't know if any of you saw that. It's also about very much being able to once you've made your mind up what way you're going, just trusting in that completely, and being able to sort of like defend your position on that very easily. That came up very strongly on last week's reading. Well, that energy is still with us, and it's in our area of passion and fire. And I'm just getting some more information through you. Sorry, it's okay. So this ties into the full moon in Aquarius again. Okay, it all ties into that. It's indecision very often, and also standing your ground and defending your opinion, defending your independence, defending the liberty, defending the freedom, defending the truth, when you're stuck in an indecision, if there is anybody out there right now who's going, oh no, I'm really stuck in an indecision, drop into your heart, okay? Drop into your heart, listen to your inner self, focus on your breathing, and whatever choice comes up around that energy after you've really softened yourself and relaxed, go with it. Because the truth is, often with an indecision sort of energy, is the reason why it's an indecision is because this is just coming up for me now in the channel. It's the reason why we feel it's an indecision is because both ways are right, both ways are wrong. Okay, there's going to be joy and pain on either choice. It's unavoidable. Most things in life are that way. So instead of getting stuck and procrastinating and wasting, depleting your energy on that indecision, as I say, just drop into your heart, drop into your zone, and when you've properly softened yourself and you've relaxed, just allow it to rise up, and wherever one feels like it's risen up, without going back and forth again, just go with that one and trust it, okay? So there will be something wonderful in it for you, even though it may have trials, is what I want to say. Okay, because that's come through quite strongly, and that feels like, although it's the Two of Swords, and that came up last week, I felt that insight there. I've never thought of it myself before. It's not, when I say I've never thought of it, I don't feel like they're my thoughts even, to be honest with you. This is a divine source message coming through for somebody that we're allowing to come up. Okay, and sink in. And it's a new one on me, I have to say. Now we're into the Three of Cups. I was so excited to see the Three of Cups, literally, that I couldn't wait to talk about it. That's what it was. Three of Cups coming up in our area of Earth. So happy to see this there. This is literally, if there was a card that depicted just good times, having a drink, having a laugh, having a dance, having a social, you know, sharing good food, good music, good company, good conversation, this is the card that represents that. It often also represents close friends, especially female friends, although these days I feel like that line is very, very blurred, as it should be, as part of how we're growing. It's literally that, my darlings, and you know, well done on us. After all of this times, you know, that we've had, and we've come so far. For somebody in particular, though, I'm coming back to this and I'm being pulled back to it, and I've got a child on the side of my arm using it, even as I've realised there. It's okay. Once you've decided, once you've allowed yourself to relax, as I've suggested, and drop into your heart, and allow which way you're going to go with whatever this is, to arise within you, it will lead to a lot more of this, and a lot more of this. It's been lacking in a lot of our lives, just the good times, just the joy, just the socialising and things like that, you know. When you've made your decision, the sooner you make your decision, the sooner you're going to allow this into your life. I want to say to somebody in particular, and you'll know, okay, as soon as you've made your mind up, and then you're just going with it, you're not holding back, procrastinating anymore, you're going with it wholeheartedly, this energy is going to come back into your life in a flourish. I want to say flourish. It's going to come back in. It's going to come back in grand style, if that makes sense as well. Which is just, for some of you out there now. I'm loving this energy today. Thank you so much for sticking with me, you guys. I'm so grateful to every single one of you. Please continue to give me feedback. Please continue to give me support. Please hit like if you haven't already. If you hit it again, then it unlikes it, because I think that happened last week and it was liked and then it wasn't liked, and I didn't want to worry about that too much, because I know so many people have given me support and sent me personal messages and what have you as well, that I'm actually, that's too many cards, so I'm going to go again. Okay, I'm just going to ask for 4 cards, please. 4 cards in the highest vibration of love for the collective. Tarot by the Moon, my marvellous soul tribe that's growing all the time. Wonderful people, each one of you magical in your own right. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, thank you. Oh, there we go. Okay, this one. Okay, Magician in reverse, and then we've got a 6 of Rods and a Knight of Cups. Fabulous. Right, my darlings, this is how we're expanding this today then. So where we've gone in our area of air, okay, where we've gone in our mental processes, sorry, and our thoughts and our mind there, where we started with the 8 of Pentacles, which was, you know, all about actually dedicating yourself to a much more grounded energy, dedicating ourselves on the run up to full moon in Aquarius to liberty and independence and freedom. This one's showing us the 3 of Discs, okay? Again, an earthy energy, again, a very stable energy. Again, is showing us that we're not afraid of the hard work that's going to take. It's a 3. 3's a magic number for a reason. It's all about something sort of being in the works, something sort of that can grow. A lot can grow from a 3. So we've got the 3 of Discs. So we can grow so much from that. You know, we can grow a 10 of Discs from that. We've already got an 8 there, I know, but we can grow another 10 from that. So it's, you know, we can create that energy. We can create an energy from our mental processes, from this very stable energy, from dedicating ourselves to independence, freedom and liberty, which is the main themes of this full moon. To expressing ourselves honestly and openly and from the heart, okay? We understand that it might take a bit of work, okay? That it might take dedication. Look at the expression on this guy's face, and also that we're passing it on to the next generation. Look, it's very important stuff. It's massive, massive stuff. it's a lot more of a light-hearted energy than we've had for a few weeks, but it's not to be underestimated for that. Light-hearted energy is just as powerful, if not more powerful, than all of the heavy SHIT, And look, it's important what we're passing on those skills, of speaking up for ourselves and speaking from the heart and engaging our throat and our heart together, and speaking up for independence and liberty and freedom. And yeah, there's a lot of work to be done, a heck of a lot of work to be done with the Three of Discs. And yeah, there's a lot of learning to be done, a heck of a lot of learning to be done. But you know what? We're not scared of that. We're up for the challenge. We're up for that challenge. Because we understand, intuitively, coming back to the Queen of Cups at the beginning, okay? We intuitively know that it's going to be successful, but that we do need to dedicate ourselves, and we do need to apply hard work, okay? I'm loving that. The next one that's come up in our area of emotions there is actually the Magician in reverse. Love the Magician. He's got everything going for him. This is about very magnetic again. Very magnetic energy. Full moon behind him there, look, funnily enough. And it's about, we've got everything we need within our immediate environment, within our immediate skill sets. You might not feel like you have, but you have. Wherever you're trying to grow, okay, wherever you're trying to manifest in your life or grow in your life, this is proof that you have got everything it takes to make it happen. And you should have a lot more confidence in yourself. And actually, when it's come out in the reverse, my only worry with that is that maybe some of you are holding yourselves back, okay? You're not believing how magical you are, and you're not allowing yourself to see all of the wonderful skills that you do have and how unique and magical you truly are, okay? This is a message from Spirit for please start believing in that, because nothing can turn that around, only your own belief, okay? It's only you that can do that. All the best wishes and intentions from other people in the world will never have the power that your own power will have over your own, life. I'm loving this full moon in the background with him. Also, on a world stage, the Magician reversed, this is abuse of power. This is almost tantamount to black magic, and what we see in the world around us. I need to say no more. I'm going to get right off on one, and that should probably be a separate channel. Certainly power has been abused out there. Certainly power continues to be abused out there. Certainly these people who are running for their lives are facing this kind of establishment is what they're up against. And that's why it's more important than ever for us to cultivate this. Okay, for us to cultivate this for humanity and for the future. Okay, I'm sure you're with me, my darlings. I'm so grateful to you. Next, coming up in the area of fire, willpower, creativity and drive, Six of Rods. Quite like the Six of Rods is a kind of a busy energy, and I feel like it does apply to like the energy that's been building throughout the week. It's about getting something up and off the ground. So it's a very practical kind of energy to it, I find as well. It's about sort of a plan coming together or a project coming together. But it's only come together after there has been quite a lot of setbacks. There might have been quite a lot of things that you could have given up on this. But if this is a creative project for somebody who's listening right now, this is something you could have given up on, but you didn't. And it's a good job you didn't, because you're about to see completion. You're about to see success. It's a card of success. So, this is what I mean. We should be proud of ourselves, and I do feel proud of us as a collective, how far we've come, during this last 3 weeks, on this run up to this moon. Those seeds that you planted at the beginning, at the new moon in Leo, now you're seeing the harvest of it. Now you've got the victory. Now you've got the success. Yes, there's been setbacks, but never mind. If you really want a thing, and then there's a lot of setbacks to it or wherever, and then you're actually successful after all that, there's a part of you that doesn't even care about all those things that wound you up along the way anymore, because you're so happy because you've actually achieved success and completed this thing that is so important to you. Or you just sort of appreciate it more. You appreciate it more because maybe through those setbacks and trials you've doubted yourself, or you've doubted whether this is the right thing you should be putting your energy into. But now we can actually start to see and feel it in our solar plexus, our fire area, our creativity, our drive. Oh my goodness, this is actually perhaps just working. Perhaps this is actually going to be successful. Take that energy, my friends, take that energy and absorb that into your solar plexus, because that's going to see us through the next month and the next month. This is how we build, okay? This is how we spiral. This is how we spiral forward with our energies, I want to say. So keep going with that. And I'm so, I feel really stoked for somebody here. It's like something's coming through at last, something that was perhaps put on hold several times, or that hasn't had the support, the backing that you needed. Now finally you're going to start to see it come to fruition. And it's wonderful news. It's so wonderful. Excuse me, I need to drink some water and I've left it over there. Okay. My Mr. Milo's on the bed there. If there's any strange noises you can hear, that's what you can hear. He's looking at me. He's proud to be part of this collective too. I swear he looks forward to it. He knows exactly what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it, as all dogs and cats seem to, of course. Sooner or later, I'm sure he's going to come up onto my lap and make a little appearance, so we'll see. He's looking at me now that he might want some love. Here he comes. In our area of Earth, really, really happy to see this lovely guy, and this lovely guy goes very well with this lovely girl. They're sort of in the same vibration. They're in a very similar energy to each other. They're both cups, okay? So this is, again, lovely card, Knight of Cups. Knights is all about something, taking action, moving forward, okay? With the cups, this is love. This is all about the heart. This is all about, this is what's manifesting in the reality, in the earth around us, in our element of earth, which is all the practical sides of life. After we've applied all of this and we've unified all of this, and now, you know, we're not afraid of the hard work. We're not afraid of the success either. You know, that's an important thing to say. Don't be afraid of any of it. You know, we're not anymore. We've overcome so much. We've overcome so much here in the last few weeks, our mental processes, and we're going to continue to overcome them, because we're going to turn this magician right around. Okay? On the run up to this full moon, it's important to release our fears. Release all of our fears that we're not good enough, or that we're not going to be able to do it, or that we're not this or that enough, okay? Release all of that over the next few days and power yourself up, because you have got it going on. And the sooner you start to believe it, the sooner you're going to start to see the results. And be of service to the rest of humanity, of course, as well, which is what we're all here to do in our own unique ways. So this Knight of Cups, he's popped up there now, so we've got more beautiful Cups energy in the area of Earth. This is somebody wanting to make a genuine offer. I feel like this is really important for somebody, this area especially this week. The fire and the earth element in particular, I feel, is for somebody out there listening, alright? There's something that you've had to decide. Okay, it's been a tough decision, but you're going to go with it, and you're going to understand that that's going to lead you to a lot more of this energy in your life, which is all about the good times, yeah? Now, once you've made also with that, this is something that perhaps you've tried and started and tried and stopped and started over again or whatever. It's coming in, it's a victory. And then on top of all that, there's some kind of a golden opportunity being offered you for somebody, and like is holding that cup up. And to me today, for some reason, it looks more gold than it usually does. And I want to say golden opportunity. Somebody's coming in with a golden opportunity for somebody. It could be, it's come up in the area of Earth, so it could be related to money and practical things and how we keep going day to day like that, because it's come up in the area of Earth. But also, when we see a Knight of Cups, we can't help wondering if there isn't an offer of love coming in here for somebody as well, because it's a very emotional suit, yeah. I feel like for somebody in particular, this is about an opportunity coming up, a golden opportunity. It is to do with the practical side of life. It's come up in the area of Earth, but that doesn't mean you won't be able to put your heart into it, okay? Because like that's the ideal, isn't it? You know, some people say, oh well, job's the most important thing to them, and some people say, oh well, relationship's the most important thing to them, and everybody's got their own ideas, right? And I think, well, maybe at different times it's different things, because that's the way it has to be for us to find a balance. But also, there's no reason why we can't have a combination of those things. And that's the ideal. If you can find something that's like a golden opportunity for you to earn some more money, to bring some more abundance into your life, okay? And along with that, it brings you emotional fulfillment and you're able to put your heart and your soul into it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Isn't that like living the dream or something? Yeah? I really feel that's for somebody in particular. I don't know how long I've been 45 minutes already. I can't believe how quick these readings fly by, my darlings. I'm so grateful to you for sticking with me, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of you for every word of support, every little wave of love I've felt from you all, and I do. It's been nothing but positive experience for me. I'm so happy that you've stuck with me from the new moon to the full moon, so we can see how this how these readings are playing out and how they're sort of different to a lot of the other ones there. I just want to bring something a bit different, and I've been wanting to sort of help people to understand about how the moon's energy affects us for years. I've been wanting to help people understand that, how to work with that. And I'm learning all the time myself, as I say, constantly, and never ceases. So I hope that this has made sense to you all, and that this is a good way to sort of get those things across. I feel that it is, and like I say, I'm really grateful for all the positive feedback that I've had. I'm going to draw a couple more because this has gone really quickly, and I'm being drawn to do a couple more. It is a full moon coming up as well, so we're going to do a full moon oracle card to end this one. Hopefully we'll get a full moon card out. We'll see. Now, is there anything else coming up here? I'm just going to ask. Excuse me, a little bit of a cold. In the most highest vibration of love, for ourselves, for the collective, for all the humans on the planet, something's flipped. The majors. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit, and I am truly grateful for this, because somebody out there really needs this, okay? Somebody out there has been doubting themselves. Somebody out there has got all the power of the magician. You've got all the elements of earth, air, fire and water before him, okay? All of the elements that make stuff happen. You can make anything out of those 4 basic elements, and you've got them in oodles. For some reason, you've been doubting yourself. You've been blocking yourself. You've been holding yourself back. And even worse out there in the world, as we say, that power's being abused, yeah? The beautiful magician from the Thoth Tarot has popped up here, and I love this magician. I love Thoth Tarot. It's something else, this set of tarot cards. This one's popped out in the right way round. I've asked what is the important message here and what Spirit really wants us to focus on, and like I say in all my readings, and I'm sure you've heard me say before, if a card repeats, that is Spirit screaming at us, okay? This card has come out again from a separate pack, okay? Please absorb this energy. This is the most important energy that we can absorb right now as we're on the run up to that full moon, and it is the Magician. It signifies the sign of Aries as well. I think that's worth mentioning. There's a lot of signs coming up here. I'm going to talk to you about that another time. This is about sort of finally understanding that you are prepared, that life has prepared you. You have got skills, you have got special qualities, you have got gifts, you have got passions, energy, focus. Please start believing in yourselves. Please start believing in yourselves. And I want to say very strongly through this reading as well has come up, let's understand how powerful light-hearted energy is, okay? Let's understand how powerful that is, and how when we apply that, things move along. Things start to move along once we start to apply that kind of, we've got this, humanity. We've got this as a collective. So many of us are empathic souls, so many of us are sympathetic, so many of us are caring, so many of us can see what's wrong and what needs to change quite easy, pure and simple, put it like that. Out there in the world, and within ourselves, within our circumstances, within each other. Best place to start is always with yourself. I've got that line from that Faithless song, and this is something that my brain would refer to because I was a big fan of Faithless. And there's the Savamia, and they say, how can I change the world if I can't even change myself? How can I change the way I am? I don't know. I've gone cold there. That really, yeah. You can, is the good news. You can change the way you are. We can change the way we are. You know, it's not about you and me and them and us. It's not about separatism. It's not about any of that. Certainly on this channel. It's about unity. It's about we. You know, how can we change the world if we can't change ourselves? But we can change ourselves. That's what the magician's here to show us. That's what the double magician coming up today is here to remind us, okay? This is us going forward as a collective. We've got everything we need, and now we know we've got everything we need. And we're just about to step out and start applying that magic. He's just about to start mixing up those potions that are going to sort everything out, okay? I'm feeling a very strong energy there. A lot of passion coming up. Like I say, it's a full moon. Take it easy. So much passion coming up. So much strong emotions coming up. Remember how magnetic you are. Remember how multidimensional you are, and how what we're focusing on is going to draw more of that in. So if we're staying in the fear and the, oh my goodness, oh no, good grief, you know, it's going to take us a lot longer. We still get you. We're sure to get you. We have to. But it's going to take us longer. I'm so proud of everyone. I'm so proud. I feel proud of how far this has come, because I can see, like, I never remember after what I've chatted about what came up so well, and I in little bits sometimes I do, but as I'm doing the reading, I remember what came up in the previous ones, if that makes sense. That's the way it seems to work. And I can see, like, from the first reading that I did, how much tumultuous energy was around, especially in our, you know, area of air and water, which is our thoughts and our feelings. There was a lot to be worked through, but this spread here, these cards here are showing me that all of a sudden it has moved in a much softer direction. Got all these cups, you know, a much more grounded direction. We've got these lovely smattering of pentacles there, okay, and also success after a time of turmoil, success after a time of trouble, success after working through these issues a bit and resolving them a little bit and understanding what, you know, what we're really all about and where we're going. And look, this is what we got to look forward to manifesting on the practical. Golden opportunities and good times abound, and we need that, because that's how we're going to raise. If this manifests for us, and I feel certain that it will, hold on to that energy, harness that energy, because we got the moon waning next week. So when I check in with you guys next week, it'll be on the waning moon, the dark moon, and we'll be in a different shift again. So while we can, you know, make hay while the sun shines, grab those opportunities, grab those laughs, grab those smiles, grab those hugs off people, and grab the happy music, grab the dancing, grab the, you know, anything that's going to put you in that frame, and get ready for the next round, my loves, I'd say, and garner that energy, because we're going to need that. We're going to, you know, there's nothing like a 3 of Cups to sort of increase the positive energy. It's sure to, 3 of Cups energy is sure to give us a boost and increase in positive energy. The important thing is to remember not to get carried away in the next couple of days with strong emotions. and not let that deplete our energy, because they will come up. I can assure you, strong emotions are going to come up over the next few days. But like I said at the beginning, let those be there as a lesson to us, for us to look at why you're having those strong emotions. Because you're trying to express yourself, maybe perhaps because you're trying to look for more independence, freedom in your life, and you're coming up against these things that are not allowing it. Because that is showing you how much you really need to change those things or make room in your life for different things. So honour the emotions without getting stuck in them or depleted by them, is what I'm trying to say, I suppose. Yes, and yeah, happy full moon in Aquarius. You know, speak up, speak from the heart, and be happy. Let's celebrate a full moon. I feel it's always a time of celebration. It's always a milestone. It's another moon that we've lived. You know, we've come so far. Let your hair down, celebrate if you can. Enjoy it, enjoy the energy, and also start to think. I want this to come back in a minute. He's coming back in for me. Start to think about what you can release the full moon. All right, what can be let go? Let it go. Let it go over that rainbow. Look. Shush. Off it goes. You don't need that anymore. You don't need those, you know, old ways of thinking or negative beliefs to hold you back anymore. Okay. Time to release all of that and celebrate what we've achieved in this beautiful month that we've been in. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for your continued support. All the love and all the light. I'll be in touch with you all soon. Okay, happy full moon. Happy blue moon as well. Love you guys.